Hey everybody, Stephanie here. It is early in the morning and I need a cup of coffee. So I want to show you guys what I got for Christmas from my loving husband. It's going to up my coffee game a lot. So let's get to showing you guys. All right, so first up, I got this really cool coffee grinder. It's super awesome. You just put the coffee grinds in, set your setting, and there you go. Next up, I got this awesome espresso machine. Super cool too. Got my double and single. I know, I love it, guys. So let's get to making our coffee, huh? All right, guys, so here we go. We got the coffee machines behind me, my regular Keurig one, and then I have my coffee grinder and my espresso machine. So let's get into making a coffee. How do you go about it? How do you even get into doing your own grinding coffee, or even how to make a really good coffee? That's what I'm going to show you guys, so let's get into it, shall we? All right, so I picked out some coffees. This is just a ground coffee. So for this, you could use wrong side, the machine, or you could just use coffee. Now, you're probably wondering, well, why would I use an espresso machine if I want coffee? That's a good question. Usually, if you go to a Starbucks, a Dutch Bros, Human Bean, the Coffee Bean, they usually only do 1 to 2 shots of coffee in your coffee. I know, it's hard to believe, but they do. So that's what this machine is. That's what they usually do. They grind their own coffee, they give you 2 shots. Unless you ask for more, they'll give you more. Sometimes at some places, they actually do brew the coffee. But that's very rare because they want the coffee to be as fresh as can be, and the really only way to do that is if you have beans. I got this from Winco. I love Winco for coffee. They have a huge bulk. I have not checked out World Market though, so I'm gonna have to do that soon. I believe World Market does though have not like a wide variety of flavored beans like Winco does, but I know they have some beans, sorry, that you can put in a bag and go buy. So this one is just a regular French vanilla flavored beans that I got from Winco. So yeah, let's go make our coffee now. Let's try out and see how we use the blend. Okay, so we have our beans picked out, right? You went to Winco, you went to wherever you want to go, and you got your coffee that you want. Now, let's get to blending our coffee. Now, what I usually do, which you could do or you could not do, depends on you. You could choose to fill your beans all the way to the max line right here, or what I do is I do a couple of scoops of the beans because I'm usually only make 1 cup of coffee a day. Um, so I try to not use as much beans. That way I have a lot for later, you know. But if you do drink a lot of coffee, um, you can definitely use for the Keurig right here. You can definitely pre-grind a bunch and make a big pot if your Keurig comes with the pot. Um, that's totally fine too. If you're in an office setting and you're making a bunch of coffee for your coworkers, you can do that too. But for today, for this video, I am only going to do just a cup of coffee that I would normally do because it's just me drinking coffee and my hubby is at work. So I'm going to open up my machine, and it comes with this cute little scoop and brush. So I'm going to measure out 2 scoops, just like that, and just pour it in. Now, if you want, sometimes I go for 3, really depends. Now for this, I'm gonna bring you closer, guys. For the coffee grinder, for the fineness, how fine you want your coffee is dependent on you. So, I got really close, sorry. On the side here, let me move my coffee out of the way. On the side here, it shows you there is an espresso. Let's move it so we can all see. There's espresso, there's the drip coffee, and then the French press. So this has all the styles and settings that you can do. Because we are only doing a coffee, I'm just going to keep it at the drip coffee one. If we want to do espresso, which I'll probably end up doing a video on espresso, I'll change it to the espresso. Also, now that we got our coffee sign lined up, this is the ground, like how fine you want it, your coffee and everything. So I have it kind of fine, almost a little too fine in that sense. So there we go. Again, centering my camera. So that's what I'm gonna leave it at a 12. That's perfect for me. I like that ground. It's almost like a regular ground course. Fine, not course, sorry. So now that we got our beans in or measured out, we want to make sure we turn it on, and then it starts going. And it's going to suck in all of the beans until they're all done, just like that. That is how you know when the beans are done grinding. So we just pull it out, and there you go. You guys have made fresh ground coffee. Good job. Now let's go put this to use, shall we? All right, everybody, we are back. We got our beans ready to go. We cleaned up, even got my mug. So now how do we make our coffee that we just ground? Obviously, you can definitely use it in your Keurig. If you have the little cups, you can use that for sure. But we're not learning that. We are learning this espresso machine. Now for my machine, it comes with a single shot or a double. I just put the double in. It's obviously going to be a little bit bigger than this, like deeper. So that's what I have in here because I want to have 2 shots. So we're just going to fill it. And it's really cool. My espresso machine came with this cool little cup and tamper. So I'm just going to scoop up all my coffee beans, my fresh coffee beans, ground beans, I should say. And we're just going to put it in our cup layer, just like that. Now, what I like to do, you can tamp it down right now and then fill it up again if you want. That's an option. But I'm just going to use the back of the scoop and just tap it down a little bit. And then I'm going to get another scoop. And don't worry if you have a little bit extra. That happens. Just save it. It's still good. Just make sure you want to use the fresh ground coffee quicker than the pre-packaged, just because it will go bad quicker. So just like that, one more, and then I am satisfied with that. And don't worry if you spill, that is completely fine. Now we're just pressing down really, really, really tight because we want it all to be compacted down in to the cup. Just like that, and I'm making a big old mess. All right, so I got some coffee grounds on the rim. We're just gonna lightly brush them off or brush them in, and I know I made a mess, but that's okay. So let's go get ready on making our coffee. All right, so we got our espresso in and tightened on so we shouldn't get any extra water or any nastiness in our coffee. And we are lit up and ready to go. So now we are going to flavor our coffee. Now, if you like black coffee and you don't want to flavor it, that's completely fine. Just skip this step and just go and do the double shot and drink your coffee. So if you do like your coffee flavored, use whatever flavoring you have. And I always say this in all my videos, and I'm probably a broken record, but make the coffee your own. If you have sugar-free, which I really don't, as you can tell, then use sugar-free. You can definitely substitute things out if you don't like half and half, but you want chocolate milk instead because that's how Dutch Bros does it or that's how Starbucks does it, then do it. It's your coffee. You're making it the way you want it, and you're going to be drinking it and be happy. So again, make it your own. So if you don't have a big cupboard like this and you only have the essentials, that's fine. That's what we're going to work on today. So I got my mug and I'm going to make a caramel macchiato, aka Golden Eagle. And I'm sure other places call it something else. So how I'm going to do that is we first put the caramel in the coffee, right? As much or as little as you like. I know, I always say that. And then we are going to add some French vanilla syrup. And I would say probably, I'm not measuring it out because I've been doing this for a while. I'm going to say probably about a tablespoon or a little less. If you're using sugar-free, definitely add more if you want more of a little bit flavor. But if you're trying to watch your weight and you don't want to do sugar-free, then I would say maybe for the French vanilla, add about a half a tablespoon. All right, so we got that going. Now, my cup is too big. Let's move that out of the way. Now we are going to start it, and it's going to brew it on the 2. I'm going to bring you guys closer so you can see. That's too close to me. So right here on the 2, we're going to brew it just like that. Man, now that is a fresh, good smelling pot of coffee. Well, a cup of coffee, I guess. So you can definitely end it there if you want. Or if you want, which I'm going to do, is we're going to add some milk. Now, how we're going to do that is we're going to use this cool steamer thing right here. And I'm going to show you coming up. All right, so now we are going to steam up our milk. I'm using half and half, but you can use whole milk, half milk, almond milk, oat milk, no milk. You can use chocolate milk if you want. I'm just going to show you how we heat it up and give it a little bit of a foam. So I'm going to flavor it with, again, French vanilla because we are making a caramel macchiato. So I'm just going to add about a tablespoon or so. If you have sugar-free, again, of course, use that. Now I'm going to use, I'm going to say about a half a cup of my half and half. Now let's get to making this. All right, so we are going to start steaming. It is off right now. I'm going to push the steam button, and I have it in because I don't want to spill any water. And so you can see it is off. Now let's get it going. This is going to go really quick. There we go. Semen. Get it in. And you can go up to the max, depending on how quick you want it to go. You should probably use a temperature thermometer for this, but I usually just go based on how hot it is from my hand. If it's too hot for my hand to hold, then it is done, which is probably not the best method, but that's okay. Right now we're just heating the milk up, and I will show you how to get cool foam if you want. All right, that's getting really nice and hot. Now that bubbling is what you want. You want the bubbles to come up to the top. You're lightly frothing the top of the milk to get all that nice foam that you like from your favorite coffee shop house. Look at that. You see how that came up so much? All right. That is done for me. Good enough for me. But you see how that looks? Or maybe can't. There we go. Nice foamy foam. Now let's go add this to our coffee after I wrap this up. And I do this because I don't want my milk to stay on there, and it will be hard. All right, so over here my coffee. And then our cream that we just made, I'm just going to pour it in, nothing fancy. Oh, man. We'll get to the fancy stuff hopefully soon, maybe later in the year. But look at all that foam. That came from frothing up the top. Now, this is obviously optional. You can do this if you want. Whoa, what am I doing? You can do this if you want, but of course I'm going to because, it wouldn't be a Starbucks drink without it. And there you go. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. I really, really hope that you enjoyed this little tutorial of how to use an espresso machine, how to use a coffee grinder. I know this was just complete basics. This was like a step one kind of intro. I'm learning myself with you guys, so make sure you guys follow along, and yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this. Let me know how your coffee came out if you tried this. If you have one, let me know your tips and secrets to making the best espresso drip coffee. Again, guys, thank you. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe, and make sure to follow me. I have 2 Instagrams. One, I do these little coffee videos like this, but not this extent, and that is at Steph1920. I was just trying to think if there was an S, but no, I think it's Steph1920. And then if you're looking to go on vacation, my other Instagram is at Pixie Parks Steph. So let's get you guys going on vacation after you enjoy these delicious coffees to save you money. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye. All right, guys, I know I said it was done. It's over. Thank you for staying on if you have watched this far. I'm going to actually try this for you guys. I don't usually try these coffees, but I figured for my YouTubers, let's do it. Here we go. It smells very good. I love that foam on the top, you guys, and it's nice and thick and frothed. It's exactly what you would get at like a Starbucks or a Dutch Bros or a Human Bean, Coffee Bean, wherever you guys go. You can definitely make these at home. You don't have to go and spend so much money other than the products over there, the 2. It's definitely worth the investment. I would highly, highly, highly recommend you guys go out and get one. Otherwise, you can do what I do and just use a Keurig machine. Still very tasty, and still you can save money and use that $5 a day for something that you want. New makeup, new clothes, a vacation, anything you guys want. I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'm hoping to make more. All right, guys, thank you so much. Have a great day. Bye-bye.